Welcome back to another edition of the Arnold's Thoughts podcast. It is your boy Arnold Lewis, and on here we talk about overseas basketball every single day, man. If you guys are new to the channel, I talk about the life of overseas basketball and all the things that you need to accomplish and survive this game. And today is no different. We're talking about survival situations in the game. This episode right here is definitely about survival in the game because this past week has been brutal. You hear what I'm saying? It has been a brutal week. As you can see, my eye is all busted up. I got split up right here. I got split right here. I got a nosebleed. And all this happened in one play. All this happened in the game at one play. Look, I have a lot to unpack in this episode. So I hope you guys stick along, because I'm finna break down everything that just happened in this last road trip. I'm talking about this is by far probably one of the worst road trip experiences I've ever had as an athlete playing overseas. But that's the life. That's the life that happens when you're playing this game. That's the type of things that are going to happen that you got to be mentally prepared for. But first, before I even get started rolling, I want to talk about this situation that just went down. What's up, guys? I just dropped my new ebook, 6 must-have steps to be an overseas basketball player. You know, I've been playing for the last 9 years. I got all the steps and the traits that you need to start your journey with networking, with getting mentor, all the things that you need to start your journey to be a pro today. So go get that ebook, click the link in the bio, and make sure you get your steps to being that overseas pro one day. Let's go. So, I had a few episodes back I talk about money exchange. Knowing the currency that you're in the country that you're in, right? And the reason I come on here and I tell you guys about these type of things because I fall victim to them. A lot of things I talk about is because I fall victim to them, and I'm just trying to express to you guys what not to do so you don't fall victim to them. So, for context, let me break it down. So here in Argentina, they have two different money currencies, right? If you go on Google or you go on any translator, they will tell you this is what the banks and everybody, this is what they sell their dollar at. And what I mean by sell their dollar at, you give them, say, $100. You give them $100, they will convert it at this price, and they will give you back the money at that price. Everywhere I've been, I've always used this translator, where I put the money in right there, and they translate how much money you will get for this amount. But in Argentina, I did not know that they have a whole different money currency exchanger where you put the money in and it's basically almost double the amount. It's literally double the amount because in Argentina, the money is like so poor here. What I mean, like the money in the country is like in the worst economic type of status. So, for example, if I go online and I say I put $100, they're going to give me $1,900 in their money. But it actually is so low that you will actually get double that. So you're supposed to get $3,800 in their money. It's called dollar blue. It's the regular dollar that you sell at the bank, but on the street, it's almost double the price. So if you basically give them $100, you're going to get about $200 worth of the money. I didn't know that. I didn't know that when you put the money, like, there was a dollar blue. I didn't know that. I should have asked around. I should have done the research. So I know a lot of my teammates, they always say, hey man, if you got some money you want to change, come to me. I never understood why they was just so hyped up about getting their money exchanged. Why they wanted the money for them to exchange so they can have the dollar. I'm figuring like they're just thirsty for the dollar, the American dollar. They're so thirsty for it because the American dollar, the price goes up all the time. So if they got $100 today, in their money, if they get $100 American, they're getting double the money. That's why they want the $100 or they want the dollar, American dollars, so bad, because it's basically double in their currency. I come to understand this now. So, long story short, I told one of my teammates, I was like, okay, I needed to change some money. So I told one of my teammates, I said, hey man, I need to change the money. I need to change about $200. So he was like, at what price? So I was like, of course I didn't know. So I gave him, I just went on my converter, put in the little change, and I showed him. He was like, oh, okay, right? So I was putting it at the regular price, not the double the price. But I didn't know that. He knew that, right? So he came, he changed the money. Hey, bro, anytime you need some more money, let me know. Woo. Okay. Fast forward to when we're starting our road trip. We're all hanging out in the airport. I'm about to pay for some coffee. Another one of my teammates comes up to me and says, hey, yo, you ever change any money? Let me know. I was like, yeah, I changed money once before. I changed it with our other teammate over there. He was like, yeah, what are you selling at? What's the price? I was like, and I just put it in the converter. I said, whatever the price is online. He's like, what do you mean? So I put it in the converter and I gave him the price. And he was like, what are you talking about? You changed it at this price? I was like, yeah. He's like, bro, that's not the right price. No, what are you talking about? He said, bro, that's almost double of what you're supposed to be getting. I said, what do you mean? Who you changed it with? I said, I changed it with him. He looked at the other teammate. He was like, you changed him money at this price? You changed him money at this price? I'm like, what are you talking about? He was like, bro, you're supposed to get double that money. Why are you going to change it at this price? You know. And he was just like, one hell of shit. He said it. So I'm like, so you knew I didn't know that you were supposed to change the money at the other price, and you just wanted to get over on me? Over $100? Really? That's the type of grimy, this type of situation that you gotta deal with when you're in these other foreign countries. They will stab you in the back over $100, do you dirty. No, you don't know the situation. And don't care. Don't care about this situation. Don't care about that. You know it's not right. But don't care. Now for context with this dude, this is like, you know how every teammate, they got a partner that they train with. This is the guy that I train with every day. In the weight room, in the gym we shoot together, in workouts we do all the workouts together, dude cuts my hair, all these types of situations. So this is not just like one of those teammates that I don't never kick it with. This is the dude that I kick it with every single day. Go to his crib every week to get my hair cut. And you gonna stick me up for $100? For $100? Because you're just so thirsty for the money that you don't even value that I'm on your team, that I've been rocking with you for the last 3 or 4 months. I hit you up to change the money with you so you can be straight. I'm trying to look out for you because you always looking out with the haircut. We always kicking it together. Why would I not want to help one of my teammates out who I rock with every day over giving it to like a bank or going to a whole other situation? I could have just went to a whole nother situation and changed the money there. But I'm trying to look out for you. I'm trying to make sure that you're straight because that's just the type of guy that I am. That's just the type of guy that I am, that I am willing to help out my team. We're the same team. We're supposed to be friends. We're supposed to look out. We're supposed to try. Supposed to. That's what you got to watch out when you're over here. Be careful who you are around because it always be the one that's most closest to you. Not saying he was my best friend in the world, but he was definitely the dude I kicked it with the most on the team, just by default. We played dang near the same position. We're always kicking it, and you stab me in my back over $100. So I say, Bob. So that's what I mean to you. You're willing to not let me know a situation and deceive me over $100. That's what I'm worth to you. That's what this situation explains. That that's how much you mean to me, or how much I mean to you is what I'm saying. Over $100. And throughout the role, so this all happened in front of the whole team. So now he's feeling kind of guilty, like, oh, okay, yeah, no worry, when we get to the other situation, I'm going to give you the money, the rest of the money. I'm going to give you the rest of the money. I'm looking at this dude, so I'm blind. I'm looking like, word, bro, that's the type of dude you is? You already do that? Stick me up like that? Stab me in the back of 100? You know. But you didn't care? Dang, homie. Like that? Dang, homie. I see how it is. I bet. That's all I can say. I bet. Now I know how it is. Run me my bread, bro. Whole trip. Dude been ducking and dodging me whole trip. We're talking about 10-day road trip. Dude ducking and dodging me the whole road trip. Coming up with mad excuses. I'm watching bro go out, buy things, hitting up nightclubs, all this. And I'm sitting here looking like, so you really gonna duck and dodge me for my paper, right? You really ducking and dodging me on my bread? That's what we doing? You really gonna duck and dodge me on my bread over $100? It's not even about the $100. It's about the principle. So, and you gonna ignore me and try to play like you don't know what I'm talking about? When you got exposed? Came down to the fact this dude blocked my phone number. Think about that for a second. You blocked my number and I gotta see you tomorrow in practice? We got another 3 months left on this team and you gonna block my number? I had another one of my homeboys text him on his phone, watch the number go through, and I had a text on it on my phone and they showed blocked. I gotta see you tomorrow at practice, my boy. What do you expect? You expect me to just show up in practice and act like nothing happened? Act like this is gonna fly by, like I will stab you in the back, I will screw you over, block you, ignore you, rob you, steal, lie to you, and we gonna act like nothing happened. Nothing happened, bro. It ain't nothing going on. You feel me? This is just how we get down. You feel me? You either gonna get down with the get down or you can get gone. That's basically what you're telling me. So you mad at me for me calling you out for you doing me wrong. That's the type of stuff you gotta learn to deal with over here. In my mind, knowing for if I'm in the crib, should I fire off on this dude? But I'm like, that's not even who I am. I don't do that. And plus, if all it took was $100 to find out what kind of dude you was, it was worth the money. I'm willing to lose that money over knowing what kind of person you is. That lets me know you don't need to be around this person anymore. That's more detrimental to the little bit of money that he tried to stick you up for. Thank God you found out this way instead of spending another 3 or 4 months putting yourself around this person and having your energy affected around this person, because truly, this is the type of person that he is. This is the type of person that you need to stay away from. You think that this person is cool, but God has a simple way of putting things in front of you and letting things happen so you can really find out what kind of people that you are really around. And even though you think it's maybe not so harmful, this is the type of people that you really associate yourself with. And you should distance yourself from at all costs. As harmless as you might think it is, it's really not. You really need to distance yourself from these type of grimy type people that's going to really try to bring you down. And this is not the first time something like this happened to me overseas. I have way worse situations with grimy teammates. Grimy teammates that do all kind of grimy stuff. Listen, man, I done had situations where I've had teammates mess around with my baby mama, slept with my girl on the team, championship winning team, middle of the season, middle of the playoffs, and you gotta sit there and cope and deal with these type of shiesty type people all the time. Don't get caught slipping out here. Like I said, I always let y'all guys know what's going on, because I don't say these things just because I want you to watch your back, which I do. It's because they happening to me, and I'm just letting y'all know 9 years in the game, one little not paying attention, they're going to stick you up. They're going to get at you. First of all, most of the time when you're overseas, most of the time the people in that country, they're just thinking that they're smarter than you. I bet he never thought, he's not going to find out. You just never thought I was going to figure it out. And then you get exposed in front of the whole group. Now it's a bad aura, it's a bad vibe on the whole team. It was so crazy. The coach was like, bro, what's the bad? It's a bad vibe going on right now. What's going on? What do you expect? How can it not be a bad vibe when I'm like, I go out of my way to not deal with, to mess with nobody, always shoot out positive energy, positive vibes, all the time. That's all cool. Because I do believe in karma. I do believe in everything that you do is full circle. It will come back around. Best believe. So I don't even, you know what I'm saying? I'm not the kind of guy that's going to come and press you and try to fight you. Oh, that's not me. You're losing out more than you think when you mishap or you do wrong to good people. If you do wrong to people, period, good or bad, now, if you do wrong to bad people, it's not even about the other person. It's the type of person that you are and what you exude around you and how you affect other people, how you walk in your life, how you treat people, how you handle situations, the things that you do. And if that's the type of person that you is, best believe some way, somehow, someday it's all going to come around back full circle. I truly believe that. Everything comes around full circle. That's why I don't stress myself out about it. I ain't even going to, I know what it is, though. And you got to keep that same energy. Hey, it ain't that we just homies. We cool. We teammates. Trust me, I've been doing this a long time. I'm a professional. I know how to take from what's on the court and off the court and separate them and still handle my business. It's part of being a professional. Not letting off the court situations affect you on the court. Talk about these type of situations all the time. You can't afford to let off the court situations mess up your game or dictate how you handle the situations on the court. It's two different things. But off the court, yeah, it's a no-go. That's dead. So getting into this road trip, so like I said, it's been a horrible road trip. I ain't gonna say it's been it was a horrible road trip. I'm talking about it was just, that started off the road trip. So let's put that as the starting point. That's the starting point of how the whole road trip started. With all that situation going down. Right? That's how it started. Boom. We hop on the plane. 3 flights. And 1 airplane. We're getting in the airplane with fly, stop, fly, stop, fly, stop. So I'm thinking, damn, we done. We just had 3 flights. Everything is cool. Everything, we didn't flew for from 8 to 2 or 3 in the afternoon. We gotta be at the destination by now. Nope. Get off the plane, get on the bus. 5 minutes. No, I'm exaggerating. 3 minutes into the bus ride. 3 minutes into the bus ride, the bus breaks down. No cap. The bus breaks down. I'm talking about on the side of the street, the bus just breaks down. And it's 100 degrees outside. Luckily, there was a little gas station type situation right there. So we all walked to the gas station. We walked to the gas station and we're there for another 4 hours. 4 hours. Mind you, we still got a whole 6-hour bus ride to get to the other city where they're playing. It takes them about 4 hours to get the bus going. They finally get it cranked up. Boom. We get on our way. We finally get to the hotel. We settle in. We check in. Woo. We have us a good game. No, we get ready. We get there late at night. We go eat. Everybody's trying to get ready for the game. We had a very tough game against a team that was 13, and they was 12-0. 12 in a row. They had won 12 games in a row coming into that game. We fought hard. We lost by 1 point. We were down by 22 points. Nobody could hit anything. It was just a rough game, but we kept fighting to the fact that we end up coming up and taking the lead. And I'm trying to tell you, boy, on the road, it's be some leagues I didn't play in some leagues, but here in Argentina on the road, it's a completely 100% different game. And it's just bro, there's no way. This is a team that we played at the crib. We play these teams, we beat them by 30, 40, get on the road, and it's we can't guard nobody, we can't stop nobody. 4 or 5 people bow out. It's like the refs on the road is by far like the worst thing. Like, I'm not making no excuses, but if you play Argentina or if you play in some of these countries, you're going to find out the difference from what it is from playing on the road and playing at home. It's like a complete night and day difference. Night and day. It's just so unbelievable, the difference in the calls, the play, the game. It's just like, bro, it don't make no sense. It don't make no kind of sense. Anyways, so we lost that game by 1 point. I felt good about the team because we fought back hard after being down 22 in the second half and made a great pushback. We made a great pushback, took the lead. Questionable call at the end of the game from one of their best players. Like I said, on the road, they're going to get the calls no matter what. Anyways, I'm not even going to get too deep into that game. They called the call. He made the free throws. They won by 1. We got the last shot at it. Couldn't really get a good shot. I wasn't in the game. I fouled out at the end. But it is what it is. Go eat like we always do. Try to get the bus back too. We tried to get the bus back. Bus broke down again. This is the second time the bus has then broke down on the road. This is the second time the bus has broke down on the road already. So we're just waiting to go get something to eat. The hotel that we were staying in, there was like some kind of big city, like racing going through the city. So we had to move into, like, I don't even know how you call this. I don't know if you ever seen like one of those movies where it's like The Shining or with the nuns. Like, you ever see this was school where it's like a empty hall, like a empty hall, and it's just like, oh, it's really like a jail cell. Empty halls, 1 bedroom, a sink, no TV, just an open window, and a 1 twin bunk bed. That's it. And it's like 8 on each side just going down, all in all, and it's just a desk in there. It's like where the nuns go to study. And when I say it's like we was in a scary movie, like straight up, that's the type of place it was. Like, it's the Pope joint with the castle outside, like we literally inside, and it's like no individual bathrooms, like at the bathroom at the end of the hall, and it's all the showers at the other end, other side. And I'm looking like, wow, bro, what are we in? There's no AC. Ain't no AC in that joint. And I'm like, bro, what kind of situations do y'all be putting these people through? For the name of the Lord, we gonna have to suffer. You gonna have to suffer. No AC, in the heat, mosquitoes. I'm talking about mosquitoes biting. Crazy, man. It was crazy. I'm talking about, I looked at a trainer. He probably had like 35 welts on his leg, turning red from the mosquitoes, just eating them up alive. And that's where we had to stay. After we had took an L. After the bus then broke down for the second time. That's overseas life. You said you want to play overseas. These are the situations going on. So we end up leaving like 4 in the morning. Because they finally get the bus going. Finally fix the bus again after the second time. Bus gets going, right? We had to leave out like 4 something in the morning. Get on the bus. We're riding down the road. Bus breaks down again. For the 3rd time, the bus breaks down again. Why y'all still using the same bus? How many times is it going to break down that we have to keep using the same bus? We kept using the same bus after it broke down 3 times already. 3 times? It broke down for the 3rd time. And we had to go and use it. And then we was stuck on the side. And I'm talking about, it wasn't like we were just stuck close to a gas station or something. We was like, there's nothing. You don't see nothing but hills and open land. And they're sitting there trying to mess with it. I was so tired because I was like up trying not to like go to sleep. I was trying to stay up so when I get on the bus, because it was like an 8-hour ride to the next city, I was just trying to sleep the whole way. We was probably 3 hours into the trip before the bus broke down again. After the bus broke down again, I just woke up to seeing like half the team gone. Everybody tried to go find the gas station because we was stuck out there for so long. They working on the bus. I started vlogging and just taking video of all the situations. Y'all let me know if you want me to make like a vlog of that, or should I make I'll think of a documentary or something that I should put together. All this was going on, because it was the type of situation where I was like, this needs to be recorded. There's no way I can let these type of situations not go recorded right now, because this is unbelievable. Nobody's going to believe me, and nobody's going to understand the situation that's going on. I have to record this. Let me know if I should make a documentary or a vlog about just the situation. I got majority of it. I got majority of the situation that was going on for the most part. But it was just so much going up and down with, oh my goodness. So me and my other homeboy, my other teammate, the only other American on the team, we get up and it was like, listen, man, we might as well go ahead and hike it. They said the next gas station from here is like a 3-mile walk. We might as well go ahead and hike it. He was like, man, let's do it. So it was about 2 or 3, it was like 3 or 4 of us who was left. As soon as we was about to do it, there was a truck passing by. Hey, yo! We got on the bus, we got on the truck. Dude just let us get on and gave us he gave us a ride to like the intersection where it was close to where the gas station. As we were going, we see the other 4, like four of our teammates, a group of them, still walking on the street. They had like their shirts tied around their head, like turbans. They had been walking for like over an hour in the straight heat. They hopped on the back of the truck, so we like 8 deep packed on the back of the truck like some Migos. I was talking about, it was just crazy. Dropped us off. My man's was cool. We tried to give him some bread, tried to give him some money to like, hey man, thank you, we appreciate you. He's like, nah man, I'm not gonna take no money from y'all, but shout out to that guy, whoever he is. I think I got him on today. I should make a doc and give him a shout out, because he looked out, gave us a ride. We ended up going to the gas station. I needed to chill in some AC and get something to eat. Was there for another 3 to 4 hours before the next bus came. So bus that at this time, buses was already broken down 3 or 4 times. Yep. Bus has broken down to 3 or 4 times, and now we're stuck at another gas station for another 3 to 4 hours. So all this is in like the first 3 days, 2 days of the trip. We still got 8 more days left. Still got about 8 more days left of the trip. Still got 3 days left. This is all after the first game. All this happened after the first game, so you start to think like, man, these are the type of situations that you just have to go through, man. This is the type of situation you have to go through. So, play the next game. We finally get to the next town. Not so bad. Team we should beat easily. Lose that game. So now we're 0-2 on the road. Now everybody's starting to get a little antsy, because we're supposed to beat this team. Lose to that team. We get another team that we blew out by 40 at the crib. Lose to that team. Now we're 0-3 on the road. And to throw in there in the mix, my microphone. See, the microphone that I use to record and do my podcast all the time is a Blue Yeti microphone. It's like the best USB microphone. That's the one I use to record with. Love that microphone. You know, that's probably one of the best ones out if you guys are starting a podcast. If you want to do something, you want to use a USB mic, they do refer to Blue Yeti is one of the best. So I went and got that one. I love it. Forgot it in a hotel. And I'm like, how do I forget my microphone? Of all things, how do I forget my microphone? I didn't even use it, because we was on the go so much. I didn't even use it. And I was able to forget it. I forgot it on the road, man. So I'm so blown. I'm like, I can't believe I just left my microphone, of all things. Left my microphone. Bus breaking down. Teammates sticking, robbing and lying. Caught 3 L's in a row. Get to about the last game of the road trip. And now it's a win or win. Like, we have no other choice because we're still in the standings. Like, we're still in the fight for like third place, second place, because we still got about 9 games left. But get to the third game, it's a big game for us. We have to win this game. It's like we struggle so much on the road. Playing in the game, not having the best game, not even going to get into it with my teammate situations because I don't like to really put too much people out when it comes to basketball. But every basketball player that plays overseas knows, like, and 90% majority of the times when you're playing and you're in a situation, you're the go-to guy. Or supposed to be the go-to guy. In Argentina, it's like they don't believe in that. They believe the board is clean and everybody should be distributed equally. So if you're, just for a tip, if you're coming to Argentina, you need to understand off the rip what you're getting yourself into. And I talk about Argentina a lot because that's where I'm currently playing at. And this basketball is by far one of the most different types of basketball that you will encounter. So do not be mistaken and do not get your hopes up, or I would say just be prepared. Just be prepared because it's not what you think. They don't believe in the mantra of you're the best player, so we're going to run through you like majority of the situations. Now, China, you're getting rocked. Japan, you're getting rocked. A lot of places in Asia, a lot of places in South America, with the exception of about Brazil, maybe Uruguay, some teams. Nah, I can't say that. Nah, Uruguay got the rock. But here in Argentina, they're not giving you that rock. You're not going to just go out there and just go crazy. You're going to be getting about 12 shots, 11 shots, 4 shots. You got to think about that as a basketball player. You're getting probably about, some games you will probably get about 6 shots up in the game. As imports, you think about that a lot because a lot of our game is dictated on about the scoring potential that we have, or, you be a team player. But you got to score the ball. Like, you got to score the ball. If you don't score the ball and put up points, I don't care what situation you're in. Any team that's going to look at that situation and say, what's going on here? They're going to look at what's the situation. Why are you only getting 5 shots and they're only scoring 7 points a game? That's not going to work. I don't want you to ever think that it's going to work. You better go get a rebound. You better go get a steal and make sure you get your shots up. And that's the fact. You got to keep it real. You could think like some teams, they're going to rock with you if you got a back, like if you have a background. And it don't even really matter about all this background situation. If you don't come out there and put up numbers and hope some type of numbers, good luck with your next job. You think that they don't look at those stats, they look at all of those stats. That's why I really work on my game being very efficient. You have to be efficient in your game. Getting shots up. Making sure if you do get 7 shots, you knock down 5 of them. You're going the extra mile to make sure that you have your game on par. Because if your game isn't on par, you really don't have too many off days that you can really account for because it's worth it too much. You can't afford not to have too many bad games. It's just not part of the overseas life. You just can't afford it. So in this particular game, it's just one of those games where it's like it's not going my direction. And then you start to get frustrated. I'm not going to lie, I started to get frustrated because I'm like, it's literally the whole first quarter of the game and I didn't touch the ball. And I'm not even talking about like touch the ball to put in scoring opportunity. I'm talking about touch the ball, period. I couldn't even touch the ball to catch to swing it. For the first 8 minutes of the game, I couldn't even touch the rock to get a swing. You got to think about how you feel about that situation as a basketball player. For the whole first quarter, I don't even get a swing pass so I can even swing. I can't even feel the ball. I can't even feel the rhythm The ball has energy. When the ball is flying around on the court and the game is going, you want to touch it because that's going to give you some energy. You want to feel a part of the game. I don't touch the ball for the whole first quarter. And I'm like, did I touch the rock? I come to the bench. My teammate look at me like, hey, bro, I don't even think you touched the ball for a swing pass. I'm like, I know I wasn't tripping, man. I knew I wasn't tripping. I knew for 100% fact that I was not tripping and I didn't touch the rock that whole first half, the first quarter. And I'm a rhythm player. I don't know about the guy, but me specifically, I'm a rhythm player. So if I don't touch the rock after a while, I'm going to start getting out of rhythm. That's just the type of person that I am. Like, I need to be in the flow of the game. I need to touch the rock. I need to be getting going. Like, I don't know. Me personally, I don't get out like that. That's not basketball to me, you know. So fast forward in the game, it's a close game. We're going up and down. Things is going up and down. We're having a good lead. You know, we're fighting for this game because we really need this win. Go up for a rebound, right? Ball goes up. I go up for a rebound. Somebody tips it. I grab it, 2 hands. And then I just remember all I just felt is, that's all I remember. Just closing my eyes. Felt like I got 2 elbows right in my eye. No call. That's the thing. You remember you see like the LeBron situation where they just spiked him on the arm and they didn't call nothing? How do you feel like if you were just in the game and you grab the ball, so clearly all the action is on you because the ball is in your hand. So the ball is in my hand right now, right? The ball is actually in my hand. I go off for a rebound. I grab it. And then I just fall down to the ground. That don't happen by accident. That's not going to happen by accident. I just fall down to the ground. I get down. I bend down on one knee. I put my hand over my eye. And I just look at it. And I just see blood. I just turned around and sat there like this. Just thinking. I had to take a moment to just sit there and think. Like I wasn't laid out or nothing. I just sat there and think. I just got elbowed in the eye. There's no play. There's nothing called on the play. I'm leaking. It's a rough game going on right now. It's like I had to take the time to like meditate. You ever seen that meme when LeBron's is sitting on the bench and he has to meditate because he has to just absorb all the craziness that is going on right now at this current point of your life. And I just reflected on all the craziness that happened up until this point. Don't got my speaker. I don't got the road trip, the situation with my team. Now we're in a close game and now I have to leave the game because I'm done because my eye is busted on the top, bottom, and my nose is bleeding. Hey, it's a good moment to reflect right now. You just started to sit there and you just got to reflect. How am I going to respond to this situation that's going on right now? How do I respond to all this negativity that's just trying to surround my life at this moment? You really got to take a moment to sit back and understand, like, what's really going on? How I interpret that or how I internalize the situation is something good must be on the horizon. It has to be on the horizon because there's no way all this craziness is happening right now without something good about to happen. It's got to be something so great and spectacular about to happen because all the nonsense that's happening at one time, something good is on the way. Something good must be on the way. And that's where my mindset is fixed at. And I'm like, oh, okay. Something must be about to happen. Because of with this craziness with the road trip, with this craziness with dealing with other teammates, now I get split open, like blood leaking, like it's crazy. My face is swollen, like I don't even know how long I'm out. We got back home late last night and it was just like, hey, you need to go to the doctor. One, we could go to the doctor the next day. I'm finna go home and eat and go to sleep. We just traveled for 10 hours in the airport again just to get back home. And I know once you get in the airport and get to to the hospital. We're going to be there another 3-4 hours and don't know what's going to go. Like, what's the situation? There's nothing that they can do that night that they can't do in the morning. I would prefer to go home and go eat and just relax. Okay, we'll hit you up about I can go into the doctor next day. No one hit me up. No one said anything. If you don't stay on top of everything, and when I mean everything, you can easily crumble in this life. And that's the perspective that I just want to let other athletes, future athletes know. This was just happening in a 10-game road trip, okay? I need you to pay attention to me right now. Really lock in on this. This happening within a 10-day span. All that happened in just that amount of time is enough to make anybody say, I don't know if I really want this. These are just common things that will happen. Not can't. They will happen like this. This is why I get on here and talk about these situations, so you can understand what to be, keep your eyes open about, and what to learn from the situation. I learned from the situation, and the biggest aspect towards this life of overseas basketball is we don't have enough people to learn from these type of situations. So we don't know how to handle it. Learn from my situations when it's dealing with people that want to do you wrong, want to do you harm, that you may think have your best interests in mind, but they really don't. And then you have to go out and still perform and still coexist with these type of people. And I know it's difficult to even think like, man, if I was at the crib, we would run down on, bro. Once you start thinking about the bigger picture and understanding the people that you're dealing with, situations that you're dealing with, and your mindset has to go to a different level and start really thinking about, why is it that I'm really here? What is my overall goal? What it is that I'm trying to get out of this entire situation? This team, this league, what is my ending goal? Like I said, when I just sat down on the court, I had to think, what's the end goal to all this? Even at that point in my career, I still got to sit there and be like, what is my end goal to all this? Because, man, sometimes you get in these situations and you just wonder, like, bro, is this really what I signed up for? Is this really what I signed up for? Is this really how I'm going to go out? Is this really what I really want? These are questions that sometimes pop up in my head. And I know I want this because I've been through far worse. I've dealt with far worse, but you're still human at the end of the day. You still go through these situations that make you think, that make you question yourself. But when you think back on all the work that you've put in, all the difficult situations that you've overcome before, you start to understand, like, I'm built for this. These are just situations that are here to try to break me. When you start looking at all the things that's happening negatively in your life, you start realizing these are just situations that are here that wants to break me. They want to really keep me back from being as great as I can possibly be as an athlete, as a pro, as an overseas player, as whatever player that you desire to be, to live the life that you want. They're here to try to break you down. And you can't let these little situations grow into bigger situations and let them affect you to the point that it affects your game, that it affects your career, that it affects your play, that it affects your other teammates. You always have to be 1-2 steps ahead mentally. You always got to put yourself in a mental state that's 2, 3, 4 steps ahead of any situation that could possibly happen. Getting robbed, getting stabbed in the back, dealing with shiesty players, hitchhiking on the side of the road. All of these type of situations, mentally you got to be 4 or 5 steps ahead. Because if you're not, you're going to get caught up in the circumstances of right then and right there. And you're not going to be able to handle yourself, because then that'll affect your play on the court. Was it affect your play on the court? It doesn't matter all the nonsense that happened because you're there for it. You're the one we pay the most. You're the reason we brought in here for when all the world comes crashing down. You are our savior. Why are you not saving us? This is what we pay you for. Don't ever get it twisted and think that you're just here and boy, every team that you go on is always like, we like family, this and that. Don't. I'm not saying that you're not going to have teams where you're going to have great guys and it's going to be like a family situation. But they throw that family situation around. They throw that family word out a lot. Know who your real family is. Know what you're there for. This is a business. Know the people that you're dealing with. You got to keep it business. You got to keep it. A part of that is knowing that you can't get too attached. In the book that I read, the 4 Agreements, it talks about that. Don't take it personal. And don't make assumptions. Keep your word impeccable. So stand on your word. Don't take it personal. Don't make assumptions. And do your best. Always keep your word no matter if someone else doesn't keep it for you or they don't respect your word. Let them turn back on their word. Because when they got to approach you, they can't. Because they didn't stand on their word. That's the whole point. As long as you stick to what you said and do right by what you say, nobody can take that away from you. Don't take nothing personal out here that they're trying to shoot at you and do. Don't even take it personal. That's them. That's you. Whatever. Don't make any assumption in thinking that these people really have your back like that. There are situations where you won't have good people. I'm not saying everybody is bad. But in this life, do not make any assumption that you're straight. Don't make it with your teammates. Don't make it with the management. Don't make it with the club. And I hate to say that it's like that everywhere. But in my 9 years, I probably had 2 teams and maybe 1 or 2 situations where they definitely was like, okay, this is like a family situation. The other 90% of it, they throw that family word around a lot, like, yeah, we really got you, we really want you, and this, that, and the third, until you're not producing for us what it is that we want. You're not giving us what we want. What happened to family? What happened to looking out for me? What happened to you having my back? Don't make no assumptions out here thinking that it's sweet. Don't make no assumptions out here thinking that they really got your back like that. Don't make no assumptions thinking that you are the guy that they really rock with no matter what, because in a heartbeat, you will be the guy that's gone on a flight to the crib and somebody else is coming. Don't make that assumption. So you just do your best, do what you need to do, handle your business, stay mentally locked in to all this BS that wants to attract to you and try to bring you down and knock you off your tier. Don't let none of that affect you. Stay 4 or 5 steps ahead of the game mentally so they can't break you down. They can't stop you from doing what you came here to do, which is be legendary. That's the whole thing. For me, for you, you're always striving to be the greatest version of yourself. So that's what we work on. So that's what we stay locked in. That's what the whole mission in life that I believe is just you just being the greatest version of yourself as an overseas basketball player, as a human, and all that stems to how you treat people on and off the court. How do you conduct your business, your habits, your work ethic, your studying, just what you attract in your life. What are you willing to do to stay above and constantly striving and pushing towards what you want in life? That's what it's all about. Don't let these situations out here get you all mixed up and affect your game. This is about you. Remember, greatness is a habit, not a right. Let me know. You guys let me know in the comment section. I was about to close on. Let me know in the comment section if I should make the vlog of the road trip. I got enough videos about most of the situation of us on the bus breaking down, us hiking on the side of the road, hitchhiking, the hotel. That's not even a hotel. I don't even know what that is, but I do have a lot of film on that. I'm just debating on what I should do. Should I just save all this footage for one day and create an overseas documentary of just the nonsense? Because boy, if I didn't record it, you wouldn't believe it. Maybe I gotta go to the doctor tomorrow to check out my eye. Probably got a little bit of black eye going on. It's all part of life. That's all I got. Make sure you guys check out my other videos and stay logged in where we talk overseas basketball every single day. Till next time. Hey guys, thanks for tuning into the show. Please subscribe on our YouTube, Spotify, Apple, and wherever you listen to your podcasts. I greatly appreciate it.